Kia ora, Lara here, and I'm going to share another 14 Days of Christmas process video with you where I'm going to be making another of the cards in my card buffet that I put together, and I've run this sort of 3 times. So I'm just using some of the leftover kits and putting together the cards that are in them. Now I am going to use a different stamp to what I had in the kit. I've sort of chosen one that I think fits really well with the people that I'm going to be giving this to. So it's still part of the same set, but it's just a different sentiment. So the other one was sort of more about the Happy New Year, but I wanted to make this a little bit more Christmassy. So you'll notice that I stamped it there. The stamp wasn't a very good impression, so I have just turned the piece of paper that was in the kit over, the White Daisy cardstock, and I've re-stamped that. So now what I'm doing is I am fussy cutting just around the sort of outside edge of the sentiment stamp. And to do this, I'm sort of holding the scissors and turning the paper, if that makes any sense. So instead of moving the scissors, I'm mostly turning the bit of paper, and that just seems to create a really nice cut. And I love using these little micro tip scissors. They're kind of a favourite. If you've seen other videos, I've talked about them a little bit before, and how others, when I sort of let them use my scissors, because they're sort of short on some or they're doing some fussy cutting, I have found that they generally want some as well. They just seem to work really well. So I am just adhering this to, I think it might be glacier paper, but it might not be, glacier cardstock. And I'm using the light side, and I'm just going to stick this down, and then I'm going to do another round of fussy cutting. I just wanted that nice light blue border. This stamp didn't have a thin cut that came with it, so fussy cutting it is. If you'd asked me about a month ago, I generally wouldn't buy thin cuts anyway. I'd normally just think, oh, I can fussy cut that. But recently, doing a few kits and a few other bits and pieces, the thin cuts have become a lot more desirable, I guess, and the finish is really nice as well. But I like how this fussy cut came out. So the piece of paper here, I am just going to stick down. It's a nice sort of natural plaid colour, and then I am putting down another piece here of some paper. So this side is the sort of the red, and the other side's a dotty paper that's part of the Freshly Baked collection. And now I'm going to use some foam tape to sort of mount that sentiment on the front there. So what I really like about the simplicity of this card is it's just some pretty pieces of paper, it's a stamp, and it's fussy cut around that stamp. There's not a huge amount to it. There are a few ways to dress it up a little bit by wrinkling up the papers, and I will add a few sort of dots onto it as well, acrylic dots. And so I'm just curling up the papers here a little bit to give it a little bit of texture rather than it being a flat card. I did leave some of the cards that I made with this kit flat, just thinking about the recipient and the kinds of things that they would like. For the 14 days of Christmas, make sure you check below for links to other people who are participating in this. And thanks for watching, and keep an eye out for more coming up soon.